Hi, my name is Nacim Ortiz, and I will be speaking to you about communication styles and their effect on business relationships. Now, like me, I'm sure many people have had trouble deciding how to get a message through to their coworkers, their bosses, etc. Now, with this, I will help people understand the relationships within the work environment and how to better them with communication styles. Now, I have studied the different ways to communicate and learned how to apply them in real-world situations at the office or even at home. Now, proper communication is one of the basic things to have a successful business, a successful life, period. Now, the goal of any business or organization is to become successful. In order for this to happen, you must have many things, but one is far more important than any others: strong relationships within the workplace. Now, in order to build a strong and healthy relationship, we must have trust, we must know what is expected of us, but most importantly, we need to understand the various communication styles and what styles our coworkers and bosses are using with us. Now, everyone has their own distinct communication style that they feel comfortable with using and that they have been using for some time now. And each of those falls into one of four basic categories. The four basic communication styles are the closed style, the blind style, the hidden style, and the open style. Now, there are many factors that lead up to having successful communication. First off, we must determine our own personal communication style. This will not only help us understand what other people are saying with their own styles, but this will also help us convey our messages in a more clear manner. Now, the second point is that we must understand the most important factors of each style, along with its strengths and weaknesses. We must learn how to communicate effectively with someone using a different style than our own. Now, our last and most important point is that we have two elements that determine our communication styles: feedback and disclosure. Now, feedback is response from others in the form of opinions, feelings, etc. Feedback can vary from rarely seeking it to excessively seeking it, both having a very strong effect on your communication skills. Now, feedback is good for helping people make decisions. There are those people that they cannot make decisions and they have to ask for your input. That is what feedback is used for. Now, next up is disclosure. Disclosure is voluntarily sharing information, feelings, or opinions with others. This, just like feedback, can vary from rarely used to excessive. People openly volunteering their ideas, etc., that is disclosure. Now, people might take it the wrong way. You must be careful with disclosure, because unlike feedback, it is not asked, it is just given, volunteered. Sometimes you must be careful with how you give disclosure. Someone might get offended, they might take it the wrong way, and that can definitely mess up your communication skills. Now, let's get into each of the communication styles. First off is the closed style. Closed communicators are usually productive, hard workers, only when minimal interaction is required with others. Closed communicators feel more comfortable working with things than others. They are often afraid of being embarrassed, blamed, or losing their jobs. Now, this right here is an example of a good closed communicator. He works alone. This is usually because they're more shy and they don't know how to get their messages through across in a clear way, so they put themselves in the closed communication style. Now, next up is the blind style. Blind communicators thrive in situations in which they can demonstrate their expertise and experiences. They are often right when they say that their ideas are better, and are seen as very critical and demanding. Now, this is not to be confused with the neurotic blind. A neurotic blind communicator is the person who appears to be blind but is actually very insecure. A neurotic blind is a closed communicator that has noticed that blind communicators get more attention, they get I guess, a better feel around the workplace, so they themselves try to be a blind communicator. Neurotic blind usually pick more on the weaker, less important employees in the office, knowing that they can bring their own self-esteem up. They are, I guess you could say, the bullies. Now, in this style, it is most successful when helping untrained subordinates. Most of the time when they say their ideas are right, they are, but they usually want their ideas to be performed in their own way, not whatever other way another manager or coworker has described. This is a good example of a blunt communicator helping, I guess, a subordinate figure out a problem. Now, the next style is the hidden style. Hidden communicators are usually well-liked, good listeners, and are interested in people. They are motivated by social acceptance, not to be confused with closed communicators. Now, hidden style is most successful when a social environment is expected. The hidden style, as you can see here, they just like closed communicators, they don't give too much input, but they are more well-liked, they are more social. They are good listeners, and they're mostly where there is not much work to be done. Now, our fourth and final style is the open style. Open communicators tend to use both disclosure and feedback. Open people are generally sensitive to the needs of others and realize that conflict can be productive. Now, the open style is most successful when employee involvement in decision-making is decided. Open style is probably the managers of a company because they are both good with feedback and disclosure. This is a good example of an open person speaking to two employees. Now, in conclusion, the proper communication techniques are vital to businesses and relationships within the workplace. Now, knowing these different styles can help a business run smoothly internally and minimize the number of conflicts employees may have. Knowing each of these can also help you determine what kind of communicator you are and what you need to work on to be more productive, and also how to get your message across more clearly and smoothly. Thank you.